cannot get over the fact that it's already October. Just blows my mind. Also, yes, there's a laundry basket over there and I'll take it out in case it's bothering you. There we go. So I have not been reading almost anything for the last month and a half or so. Everything's just been crazy and I just haven't felt like reading. So if we're talking about the books I want to read before the year is up somehow, then that would probably be just any book. I would be happy to finish anything, but I'm still putting together this overly ambitious list of books that I really like to get to before the end of the year. And because there's a bunch of books here, I won't really be getting into much detail. I always say that, but I really won't. I'll just briefly talk about them. So let's get into the first book, and that is one that I've been reading for the month and a half and slowly pushing my way through it, and that's An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I hope the light is not bothering you. I just really like it somehow. I mean, the lines and all that stuff, so whatever. This book is amazing anyway. It's a sci-fi tale about a girl who becomes famous suddenly and she has to deal with aliens and fame and a lot of crazy things, and I really highly recommend it. But I haven't finished it yet, which says a lot about it, but it shouldn't, because it says a lot about me, not about the book, because it's really cool. But I've just been really bad at reading, and I should probably just sit down and finally finish it, because I'm really curious about what happens, and whenever I start reading I can't put it down, but that hasn't happened, so you know. Next we have a book that's very short, so maybe I'll get to it, and that is The Little Prince in French, and I won't pronounce the name of the author because I feel like every time I do I mispronounce it. So this guy, you know this book. I think we all do. It's one of my favorite books of all time, about a boy who falls from the falls from the sky and he becomes friends with a pilot who's in a desert. It's all a metaphor about life, friendship, love, blah blah blah. It's really great, and I really want to read it in French because I do speak some French, and I would really want to use this opportunity to practice or kind of learn some new words and see how much I understand, or rather how much I don't, and just read some French because I really love French. Next we have a book I am extremely ashamed I haven't read yet, and that is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Many of these books are repeating from my previous list, or like TBRs, because I am awful at reading apparently, and I can't get to do anything that I say I'm gonna get to. I mean, I'm gonna get to them, just not today or tomorrow. So this book, once again, I think you've all heard about it. It's a classic. I don't really know what this book is about. I know it's about racism, and it's apparently really funny, and yeah, I really should read this, and I can't promise, but I will try. Next we have a book, and I haven't peeled off the sticker. I know it can bother some people, but I just haven't gotten around to actually acknowledging that I own it. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Yes, gives like the Little Prince vibes from what I've heard and how people have been talking about it. All I know about this book is that it's a fable that is extremely popular and basically very encouraging and motivating, and it's about following your dream, about a boy who wants to travel the world and he travels and he meets an alchemist. A book about life. I want to read that. Next we have a book that I'm also very ashamed I haven't read yet, and that is the Tyrants 2 by Rick Riordan, part of the Trials of Apollo. This is the 4th book, and so far I've really loved the series. It's about Apollo, who was banished from heavens by his father Zeus and was forced into exile to live on Earth to fix the mistakes that he made, and basically that's what he's doing. And of course, as any Rick Riordan book, it's crazy, it's fun, it's amazing, and will make you laugh for sure. I mean, will make me laugh for sure as well, but I still haven't gotten around to reading it yet, and the 5th book is coming out really soon. I don't even want to check the actual date because I'm gonna be like, oh no, I have to read it now, which I have to anyway, probably. Not have to, but I should. I really want to read this before the 5th book comes out, so I get really excited. But the 3rd book killed me. Like, I can't get over the 3rd book and what happened there. Like, just that's not how you deal with a book, and I can't be saying that, but like the 3rd book was really, 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 really hard to get through. That's one point, and you probably know what I'm saying if you read it too. So that's the book that I want to read before the end of the year, very soon. And the 5th book as well, The Tower of Nero. Yeah, the cover's so beautiful. I love all his covers, and I really need to get to them. So the next book I actually don't own physically, but I will. I mean, I'll read them. Yeah, I'll read them. The first book that is actually one of the most anticipated books of the year for me is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and it will actually be published. It'll be published in a few days. I forgot about that. This is very exciting. This is a book that I've talked about a lot in here and that I am so excited to read. I love V.E. Schwab. I love her writing. I'll read anything she writes. Ouch, I just hit myself. This is a book about a girl who has been living for centuries, and the deal she made was that she'll be forgotten by everyone she meets and basically she can live for centuries. Cool, fun. I want to do that too. Yeah, one day things go wrong when a guy recognizes her in a bookstore, and that's all I know. I'm so excited for this. It sounds so amazing, and if I don't read anything else this year except a lot of these books that I already talked about, then I really want to read this one. Next we have The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. It was released way earlier in the year, and it has been getting such amazing reviews and being called this warm, comforting read that everyone has to pick up, and I just love the sound of it. I really want to get to it. This also sounds like the type of book I don't want to know anything about before going into it. I know there are LGBT themes, I know there's some romance, I know there's fantasy. I don't need anything more. The next book is one that was actually published quite recently. Oh yeah, it was recently. I keep on forgetting what month we're in. And that is Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. So I know this book is set in a Latinx environment. There's LGBT themes. Cemetery sounds Halloweeny. So this guy, I can't pronounce anything here, he summoned a ghost, and now he can't get rid of him because his family was not accepting his true gender, and because of that he performed a ritual and then set out to find the ghost of his murdered cousin and set him free. But the ghost he summons instead is another guy from school who's like a bad boy, and he doesn't want to go quietly into death. He wants to find out what happened and tie up some loose ends before he leaves. And the guy whose family does not want to accept his identity, like his true gender, he agrees to help the bad boy, and they both want to get something, so they cooperate, and they kind of get really close to each other. The reviews that people have been giving this book have been the reason I really want to pick it up. I've been really into cozy, warm, fun reads because, you know, times are tough. We all need some comfort, and this is exactly what this book sounds like from the reviews. It has been getting us so cozy and cute. Gosh, it just sounds really, really great. The last book I wanted to share is a graphic novel, and I should seriously get a graphic novel like right now. And the graphic novel I'm talking about is Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and Wendy Xu. If I describe this book, it's gonna sound like really cringy or something, but it's apparently also another type of read that's very cute and cozy and comfortable. So basically this book follows two characters. One is a witch working in her grandmother's bookstore, lending out books and helping out with anything witchy going on in the area, and the other guy, the other character, is her childhood crush who is a werewolf. And I know how this sounds, but it's apparently really, really cute. And basically he's being chased by some dark forces that are trying to claim the magic of wolves, and he's looking for help, and he hasn't been really able to call any place home because he's just been running away, moving around, you know, that's pretty sad. And he asked her for help, and they start to form a friendship and a relationship, and it's really, really, really cute. And that's it. That is the conclusion of the list of books I really want to get to before the end of the year. I say I really want to get to them because I really, really do want to get into them. I really want to read every single one of these before the end of the year to just feel at least accomplished in this field of my life. But will that happen? I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to find out what books you really want to read before the end of the year. Maybe making a shorter list of books is more achievable and sustainable and better. So maybe you just have one book that you really want to get to, and I'd love to hear about it. So yeah, I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!